In last lecture, we have defined the direction angle and have studied its types. Now we are going to study measures of directed angle. The first system to measure the directed angle is sexagesimal system, also known as degree measure, and the second is circular system, also known as radian measure. Circular system is also SI system, and sexagesimal system is most commonly used system, popularly known as degree measure. Like we normally call a right angle as 90 degree, straight angle as 180 degree. That is this sexagesimal system. Now let us study sexagesimal system in details. In this system, we divide a complete circle, that is one rotation angle, into 360 equal parts. Like over here, I have divided this circle into 2 equal parts, now into 4 equal parts, now into 6 equal parts, now into 8 equal parts. Likewise, go on dividing this circle into 360 equal parts. So if you will divide the circle into 360 equal parts, the one part of the circle, single part of the circle is equal to 1 upon 360th of one rotation angle, right? And that one part, that is 1 upon 360th part of one rotation angle, is known as 1 degree. Now consider this circle in the diagram. I have divided this circle into 360 equal parts. It's not possible to show every degree over here. So this is 0, and then this is 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, 90, 180, 270 and 360 degrees. Now this division corresponds to 10 degrees, right? Now that is further divided into 10 equal parts. So one part is equal to 1 upon 360th of one complete rotation, right? And this is defined as a 1 degree. So 1 degree is denoted by giving overhead O like this. Remember, this is overhead O and not 0. So this is the definition of 1 degree. So what is 1 degree? 1 degree is 1 upon 360th part of a complete rotation, that is a circle. Divide a circle into 360 equal parts. 360 equal parts, then one part is equal to 1 degree, right? Now we are going to define 1 minute. Suppose if this is 1 degree, consider if it is 1 degree. Now divide this 1 degree into 60 equal parts, like 1. Now it is divided into 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts, 5 parts, 6 parts, 7 parts, 8 parts. Divide this into 60 equal parts. If you will divide this into 60 equal parts, then one part is equal to 1 minute, and it is denoted like 1 minute, right? Over a dot like this, 1 minute. Now this is 1 minute. Consider if this is like 1 minute, and if this is further divided into 60 equal parts. Now this is 1 minute, and if this 1 minute is divided into 60 equal parts, then one such part is known as 1 second, and it is denoted like 1 over a double dash. So this is 1 second. So this completes the sexagesimal system of units. So what are the units in sexagesimal system of units? First, a degree. What is a degree? The degree is 1 upon 360th part of a complete circle angle or complete rotation, that is known as 1 degree. If a degree is divided into 60 equal parts, then one part is known as 1 minute. So we can say that 1 upon 60th part of 1 degree is known as 1 minute. It is denoted like 1 minute. If a minute is divided into 60 equal parts, then one part is known as 1 second. So simply we can say that 1 upon 60th part of 1 minute is equal to 1 second. Hence now we can say that in 1 degree there are 60 minutes, and in 1 minute there are 60 seconds. So in 1 degree, how many seconds are there? So in 1 degree there are 60 minutes and 1 minute corresponds to 60 seconds. So we can say that in 1 degree there are 3600 seconds. This forms a complete sexagesimal system of units. Now according to this system, one rotation angle is equal to 360 degree, straight angle is equal to 180 degree, and right angle is equal to 90 degree. Next is circular system. In circular system, the basic unit of measurement is radian, and 1 radian is denoted like 1 and overhead c. So this is the denotation for 1 radian. Now we are going to define the angle of measure 1 radian. Consider a circle of radius r. This is a circle of radius r. Now consider arc of length equal to radius of the circle. So O is the center, AB is the arc having length r. So we can say that OA is equal to OB is equal to radius of the circle, and also the length of arc AB is equal to r units. Let us write units over here. So in this case, the angle subtended by the arc AB at the center of the circle is of measure 1 radian. So this is the definition of 1 radian. So we can define 1 radian as the angle subtended by the arc of length equal to radius of the circle at its center is known as an angle of measure 1 radian. Now see this, the definition of 1 radian. 1 radian is a measure of an angle subtended at the center of a circle by an arc whose length is equal to the radius of the circle. Now let us have a look at this diagram, more sophisticated than the one I had drawn just now. So this is a circle of radius r. So length OB equal to radius, length OA equal to radius. So naturally OB equal to OA, and we are considering this arc AB of length r units. So in such case, if length of arc equal to radius, whatever it may be, not only r units, it may be 1 meter. If r is equal to 1 meter, then the length of arc must be equal to 1 meter. If it is 2 meter, then this should be equal to 2 meter. So angle subtended by the arc of length equal to radius at the center of the circle is of measure 1 radian. So 1 radian is the basic unit of this system of measurement. Now we will try to find if this 1 radian is the constant angle or if it changes with change in radius of the circle. Now consider 3 concentric circles, and we have marked an angle of radian, an angle of measure 1 radian at the center of the circle. Now we will consider respective circles. For the outermost circle, if this is the radius r, this is radius r, and then this has to be equal to r units. The length of arc should be equal to length of the radius. Now it is very clear that when the radius is large, the arc of length is also large. If you go to the circles within it, then it's very clear that with decrease in radius, now this is the radius, this is radius, now the arc of length also decreases. Okay, but there is no change in the angle subtended. Angle subtended remains the same. So now even if you go further inside the innermost circle, then the radius is very small. With a shorter radius r unit, the arc of length also decreases to the same value r unit, but angle remains still the same, 1 radian. So hence we can say that irrespective of what radius of the circle is, the angle of 1 radian is always constant, right? Now we shall try to prove that 1 radian is a constant angle. Now have a look at the diagram. The diagram represents 2 angles, one of measure 1 radian. So this is the angle of measure 1 radian. I will zoom the diagram. Wait a minute. So this is the angle of measure 1 radian, and also there is one more angle, a straight angle. This is straight angle. So measure of angle AOB is equal to 1 radian, and measure of angle AOC is equal to straight angle. Now straight angle is equal to 180 degree in degree. measures, right? So now one more thing I would like to explain is, as the length of arc changes, the angle subtended also changes. So I will clear this point. Wait a minute. Now consider a circle like this, and consider two arcs along this circle. Let O be the center of the circle. One arc will consider arc AB, and the second arc will consider is CD. Now let us join these arcs with the center of the circle. So the arc AB subtends angle AOB at the center of the circle, and arc CD subtends angle COD at the center of the circle. Now it is very clear from over here is that since AB is smaller one, the angle, let us say theta 1, is smaller than theta 2. So may I write that the length of AB is less than length of CD, and therefore theta 1 is less than theta 2. So when the arc is of short length, the angle is smaller. So when length of arc is smaller, angle is smaller. As the length of arc increases, angle also increases. This is known as direct proportionality. So we can say that the angle subtended at the center of the circle is directly proportional to length of arc, right? Now let's get back to the theorem. So as we have proved just now, that the angle subtended is directly proportional to the length of the arc. Therefore see, measure of angle AOB upon measure of angle AOC is equal to the ratio of corresponding arcs. Now for angle AOB the arc is AB, and for angle AOC the arc is ABC. Now from the definition of 1 radian, back to the figure, since this is 1 radian angle, the length of arc AB has to be equal to radius R, right? And since this is a straight angle, the length of arc ABC is equal to half of the circumference of the circle. The circumference of the circle is over here again 2 pi r, and half of that, half into 2 pi r. So now we can write measure of angle AOB upon measure of angle AOC equal to length of arc AB, which is R, divided by length of arc ABC, which is half into 2 pi r. Now remember, why half into 2 pi r? Because arc ABC is a semicircle. Length of arc for complete circle, also known as circumference, is 2 pi r. So half into 2 pi r, this 2 gets cancelled, r gets cancelled, and we get 1 upon pi. Now let us shift angle AOC to right hand side, and so we get measure of angle AOB is equal to 1 upon pi into measure of angle AOC. But now we know angle AOC is a straight angle. Straight angle is equal to 2 into right angles. Straight angle is 2 right angles. Now have a look over here. This is a straight angle, and these are 2 right angles. So we can write a straight angle is equal to 2 right angles, and therefore finally we get 1 radian is equal to, that is measure of angle AOB, which is 1 radian, is equal to 2 right angles upon pi. Now what are 2 right angles? 2 right angles are 180 degree divided by pi. Now 180, a pure number, constant term, pi 3.142, a constant term, and so we got 1 radian is equal to a ratio of 2 constants. Hence we can say that 1 radian is a constant angle and is independent of radius r. Okay, now we have derived that 1 radian is a constant angle, and 1 radian is equal to 2 right angles, that is 180 degree divided by pi. Pi is a pure number, constant term, shift it to the left hand side. 1 into pi gives us pi. Therefore we can write pi radian is equal to 180 degree. Now this gives us the relation between radian measure and degree measure. Pi radian is equal to 180 degree. So this gives us pi radian is equal to 180, that is 2 right angles. So this gives us a relation to transform degree into radian and radian into degree. So just now we have derived that pi radian is equal to 180 degree. Now I will try to convert radian into degree and degree into radian. For that, shift that pi to right hand side. So we get again 1 radian equal to 180 by pi degree. If you will shift 180 right, 180 to left hand side, the relation that you will get is 1 degree is equal to pi by 180 radian. Now multiply both sides by theta over here. So we get theta radian is equal to theta into 180 by pi degree. Okay. Now in second case, multiply both sides by theta. So we get theta in degree is equal to theta into pi by 180 radian. Now can you see the transformations over here? In first case, that is equation number 1, I have converted angle in radian into angle in degree, and for that we have to multiply the angle by 180 by pi, always remember. And in second case, we have transformed the angle into degree into radian, and for that we have multiplied the given angle in radian by pi by 180. So these are the conversion formulae for angle into radian measure and into degree measure. So once again remember that to convert the angle degree measure into radian measure, multiply the degree measure by pi by 180, and number 2, to convert radian measure into degree measure, multiply the radian measure by 180 by pi. So these are the reciprocals of each other. While you have to convert into radian, remember, multiply by pi by 180, so you will get answer in radian, and when you have to convert it into degree, multiply by 180 by pi, and you will get the answer into degree. Now we shall convert some standard angles from degree into radian. The first one, let us start with very standard angle, 0 degree. So 0 degree equal to 0 into pi by 180 radian. See, I have multiplied by pi by 180. 0 into anything is 0. So naturally 0 degree equal to 0 radian. Second angle that will convert is 15 degree. 15 degree. In order to convert it into radian, multiply it by pi by 180 radian. So that is equal to, let us divide 180 by 50. 180 by 15. So it is 12. 15 ones are, so 15 ones are 15. Remainder is 3. 15 twos are 30. So we get 12 in the denominator. So pi by 12 radian. So 15 degree is equal to pi by 12 radian. Now next 30 degree. We'll go for 30 degree now. 30 degree is equal to 30 into pi by 180. 0 0 got cancelled. 3 6 are 18. That is equal to pi by 6 radian. Likewise you can convert all the angles as given in the table. 15 degree is equal to pi by 12 radian. 30 degree pi by 6 radian. 45 degree pi by 4 radian. 60 pi by 3 radian. 90 degree pi by 2 radian. 180 degree 2 pi by 3 radian. 120 degree 2 pi by 3 radian. 180 degree pi radian. 270 degree 3 pi by 2 radian. 360 degree 2 pi radian. Now the beginners, that is the students newly entered into 11th science, should initially try to remember these angles, not 15 degree but at least 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree, 180, 270 and 360. Okay. In next lecture we will try to solve some numericals based upon the conversion factors, that is how to convert angle in radian to degree and from degree into radian. Okay, see you then in the next lecture.